Hi everyone, I am Mr. Muhammad, and we are here in Southeast Arizona, where my family and I have built a farm in the middle of the desert from scratch. If you're new to the channel, join us by subscribing. Come with us as we turn desert land into a thriving food source. We're on a mission to show people how small farms like this can feed people and can feed families anywhere and everywhere. In this video, I'm going to share with you why we grow wheat in the desert and exactly how we get our land ready in order to do so.
Wheat is not just a crop for me. It's a statement. I feel like it tells people this land is alive. We chose Sonoran white wheat. It's an ancient heritage grain that's been grown in this region for over 300 years. With some Google light research, you find that it was introduced by Spanish missionaries in the early 16th century. But when you dive a little deeper, you find that its true origins come from the Moors of Africa who gave it to the Spanish. Many of those same practices that came with the Spanish missionaries are still agricultural practices that we use today. This wheat thrives in dry heat, needs less water than modern wheat, and it gives us a nutrient-dense, flavorful grain. This wheat does something special for us. It connects us to the farmers that came before us. Farmers who didn't have drip lines or tractors. Farmers whose accomplishments have been swept under the rug of colonialism. They worked with the land, not against it. And we're following in their footsteps. Because here's the truth. The desert isn't truly dead. It's just waiting for the right type of farmer. The right kind of farmer. Now you know a little bit about Sonoran white wheat and the reason that we enjoy growing it so much. Let's pivot to how we start to grow it. What are the steps that we take in order to begin to grow Sonoran wheat? That starts with a soil check. In the desert, success starts before you plant anything. It starts with your soil. Our soil is naturally sandy and fast draining. Every year, we do a mix of compost, aged manure, and some other organic matter in order to help it hold its moisture better and feed those wheat roots long term. Once I've kind of done an overall look of the land, I've checked the elevation and everything looks right and I feel comfortable, we jump into tilling. Tilling is the one project I love to do on the farm. I'm fortunate enough to have a tractor. You don't need a tractor to do this, but you could do it with any tiller. I have a tractor, so of course I'm going to utilize it. For me, it's a really good way of feeling refreshed. You know, we get to give the land a new start when we till it over. I don't have any particular method or, some type of way of doing it that's different than any other farmer or any other way of tilling. I like to till in the direction that I'm gonna do my rows. I feel like it just looks neater and it's a lot easier to level out the field with tilling when you plant it in the direction that you're going, or when you till it in the direction that you're gonna plant your rows. I'm only tilling about 3 inches into the soil. It's not a deep till, but it's enough to get any any weed seed to kind of like germinate so I can take care of it, or kind of give the soil a little bit of oxygen since it has been sitting for a while. A lot of the vegetation that is on it is part of just seeds, native seeds that have kind of blown over it while it's been inactive, and we've gotten a little bit of rain, so I'm just turning all that over, and we're going to turn that what little bit is there, we're going to put that into the soil and put that into the ground for the wheat. It's the best view in the house on the farm, in my opinion. You get to just kind of drive slow, put the tractor on cruise control, sit there and just enjoy the land and enjoy the views that never get old, and just kind of be thankful for where you're at. It's almost meditative to a degree. And when that's all finished, I have a little routine that I do. I have a little initiation. I go out and I walk barefoot in the field. If you've never tried grounding yourself, you should try it. If you don't know what grounding is, you should look it up. It's a great way for me to just really get a feel for how the soil feels. If it's comfortable at the bottom of my feet, I know it's ready to be planted in. And of course, no job on the farm is complete without a drone flyover. So now you get to see the field all tilled and ready to go. Next up, we are going to create our rows. I create my rows by hilling. So I use a hiller attached to my tractor and we build some row crops. One day I'll do another video on exactly the equipment that I'm using and a full breakdown of how it works. Right now for this video, I just want to show like our general prep of what we do, what's done, and then later on I'll kind of go into exactly the tools I'm using, the hiller, where I got it from. So there's more to come. That's why it helps when you click that subscribe button, because of course you'll stay in the loop on a lot of these things. When we produce a new video, some new content, some new information, you'll be the first to know about it. I have found that when you plant wheat in rows like this, it really helps with this drought resistance. These mounds hold a ton of water, and that adds to the water that the ground itself is able to hold as well. So you almost have two different reservoirs of water that you're putting on reserve for the wheat. The challenging part about using the hilling tool is making sure your rows stay straight. Eventually, in between each row, we're going to lay an irrigation line, and so it's very important to make sure the rows are as straight as possible. After I finished creating the rows, we actually had a storm that you probably saw earlier that had rolled in right on top of us. So it happened right when I finished the last row. But after the hilling process, after we create our rows, this is what we get. We get a field that is half the way there to planting some wheat on top of it.
So we've told you why we grow wheat here in the desert. We've given you a brief history on the cultural significance of wheat for this area. And we've shown you the basic land prep work, the earthworks involved with getting a field ready to grow Sonoran wheat. Now, we got blessed by some rains last night. So unfortunately in this video, I won't be able to show you how we sow the seed and how we put our irrigation lines down, but subscribe. Tune in with us next video when we show you how to sow seed, what type of seed that we use, and how to get water to that seed. Thank you for watching and hope to see you again.